I'm not completely sure he knows how video works yet. Hey, you're ruining the audio, buddy. Hi, welcome back to the worm. I think Kuiper's now about maybe 10 weeks old. He looks like he's about 4 months old. Is that bothering you? I can just let it go. Here, let's switch. We've had a heck of a rainy day. Like, really pouring. We had a break this morning, luckily, so we got our woods walk in. He has learned a lot in a couple weeks. We taught him how to do the stairs up and down, which he's great at now. Taught him how to walk on a leash, kind of loose leash style. We taught him come, which he's still very good at. I say still because just in the last couple of days, his leash walking has gone downhill a little bit. He doesn't like to leave the cabin or like leave camp. Still some peanut butter in there, huh? Are you swimming for it? Okay. All right. What's going on? When we took off this morning for our walk, he sat on the stairs. I took off walking and I just watched him. He just sat there and sat there. I got maybe 200 feet away, just as far as I could go and still see him. And I yelled, come, and he came out to me, got his treat, and then sat down there, and he wouldn't follow me anymore. Sometimes I call his bluff when he does that. Like, I'll just keep walking, and always he eventually will follow me. But this time he didn't. I went way out there till he couldn't see me anymore. I waited 3 or 4 minutes. I came back and he was sitting back on the steps. And then I put him back on the leash and tried the same thing, and he just was like really stubborn. He did not want to go. So came back, called him on a different trail, and he eventually followed me. And then he's happy on the whole walk. We probably walked, hey, that's not yours. This is yours. We probably walked for an hour. He's so fun in the woods. So fun. Jeez, oh Pete's. You need some more exercise though, don't you? So every week, about once a week, I'm thinking I'll try to teach him something new. And I think this time, what's that? Which one did you want to learn? Oh, you want to learn sit? I really want to teach him sit. And I want to teach him to, I don't know what command we'll use to go to his crate on his own. What is it? Oh, you need this. Is that what you need? The one thing I cannot figure out about this guy is why he doesn't like to eat food out of a bowl. He's always really hungry for every meal, 3 meals a day. He gets all amped and excited when he hears it hit the bowl. I put the bowl down and maybe he'll eat a little bit. He's had about maybe 3 mouthfuls out of his bowl over there. It's still full. He doesn't go back to it. If I take it, feed him by hand, which is maybe that's the problem. It's like I started hand feeding him just to, get him to understand that I'm the guy that gives him the good stuff and to follow it. But I can also just, like, if I dump it on the floor, he'll eat the whole thing. If I dump it out on his bed that we built out there, he'll eat all of it. But of all the problems you can have with a new puppy, that's not a big one. But since he's got a bunch of food left right now, let's see if we can teach him sit. It's a little bit of a problem, though, because he always sits. So let's use the rest of his lunch for training, and then he's promised he's going to help me put the winch on the wall, mount it, so we can crank the movie theater, the coffee table back up when we're done with it. He's seen it come down 1 time so far, and he thought it was really something. I think he thought it was a UFO. Most of you have seen the coffee table a million times with all the add-ons and everything. If you haven't, I'll just show you real quick what we're up against. Yeah, I actually haven't even looked at this, how this might work. It's possible it might not. No, that's not true. We'll make it work somehow. Just for a minute, can I have that? Here, you can have this one. This one smells like peanut butter. Thank you. So the 4 corners go up through 4 pulleys, go to another 4 pulleys in the middle, run back through this weird little roller we made, down through 4 more pulleys, and then onto this giant D-ring, and then we've got our 4-to-1 pulley here. So let me put it down a little bit. When you go to pull it back up, it's doable, but you really got to put some body weight in it. I bet it's somewhere between 50 and 100 pounds of pressure you have to put on this thing. Oh boy, no, we probably better not eat that rope. So we've got the little tiny winch that I found on eBay. I want to mount it somewhere around here. It's not self-tailing, it doesn't have the jaws on it, so you'll still have to hold on to the end of this and crank it. Hopefully that'll bring the table back up. And then we've got to be able to tie it off. But as it is right here, the table's not all the way up. This little piece here needs to be about maybe 4 inches, and then the table's about as high as you want to go. So this double pulley needs to be here, which means the winch needs to go somewhere down here, and then we've got to put the cleat back on. Do you hear that? He must have got crazy hungry. It's about 2 hours after his lunchtime. Oh, we better grab that food so we can train. We'll get to this in a few minutes. Oh, jeez. Look at you. It's still in the bowl. What would you even do with it? Oh, my goodness. Now, he might be too excited to even try this. All I'm going to do is try to get him to walk for the food and then lift it up and makes his butt go down. Say sit. Come on. Sit. Sit. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Here. No, no. Here. 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 Sit. Good boy. Oh, that was getting ready to take off. Here. 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 Sit. Good boy. He wasn't even into the food and now he's out of his mind. Here. Sit. Wow. That's not really training. His butt just goes down when he's not moving. Sit. Good boy. We'll do this with his dinner too, when he's not quite so crazy. Sit. Hey. Good boy. Is this training? I don't know. You decide. I guess we won't know until he can actually sit without the food. Sit. He always likes to eat with one paw up. Here. Here. Sit. Sit. Good boy. I don't know what it is. He just cracks me up all the time, not doing anything. Sit. Good boy. You know he's hungry when he's sitting and his paws are all spread out. You can see each toe individually. Let's see if I can get him to sit so you can actually see him. Sit. Nope. Sit. Good boy. Sit. I don't know. I think there's a chance he's actually paying attention. Like he learns if he sits down, he gets the food. Sit. Yep, that's close enough. Good boy. You give him a handful, and then you go to give him the second handful, and you can feel the last handful falling out of his cheeks, like before this even goes in his mouth. Come on. Here. Sit. Oh. No, sit. Here. Sit. Sit. Good boy. It's sit and shake all at once. Get it. Come on. Sit. I think he knows. What do you think? You're doing so good, you little monkey boy. Nope. Sit. He's doing it. He's doing it. He's definitely doing it. Come here, buddy. Here. Sit. Amazing. I mean, I haven't taught him anything too complicated, but the most complicated has taken him maybe like 2 hours to learn. Like come took 2 hours. Here. Sit. Good boy. All right, let's see how hungry he really is. See if he eats all of it. You'll notice he's now sitting when he eats. He's really an advanced student. Oh, I forgot to eat lunch. I was wondering why that dog food kind of smelled good. Do you find it bizarre that he's this hungry and his food's been sitting there for hours and he knew it was there because he ate a little bit? I actually asked the vet about the eating thing. She just kind of laughed and she said, well, some dogs are actually social eaters. When I dump his food out on the raised bed that we built outside and I walk away, he does generally stop. I'm pretty sure all the food's gone out of there. Now you're going to need a nap. Arr, arr. Here, you want to lick the crack dust off? There you go. You're gonna hear this in every single video for like a year. I can't believe how big he's getting. And already the stuff that I had stashed, like his toys and things on top of these bins, he wasn't able to get him a week ago. Now he can just get his head right up there. All right, let's go. Let's go. See if it's done raining. By the way, do you want to hear the best news out of Ringworm in years? 3 nights in a row. He slept all night long. It's incredible. I mean, I get up maybe 3 times a night to let him out. Other than that, he sleeps until I'm done sleeping, which it's a good thing I usually get up by, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 o'clock or something, because there's no way he would sleep until 9 or 10, especially since he's done by like 6 or 7 at night. But do I seem like a changed man? I feel so much better now that I've gotten enough sleep. Perfect. Here's a perfect example. I don't know where he is. Kuiper, come! Come and get your reward, buddy. Good job. He's not 100%, but he's 9 out of 10, 8 or 9 out of 10 times he comes first call. What I don't want to do is go, Kuiper, come, 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 and then eventually he comes. So I just do it once. If he shows up, he gets a treat. If he waits too long, waits like 5, 6, 7 seconds and then comes, he doesn't get a treat. But he's only been working on it for a few days, and he's only 2.5 months old, so he's doing good. Now if we could teach you to stop drinking water off the stoop. You just like foot water, don't you? Hey, hey. I'll give you real water, I promise. What a weirdo. He also has had 3 accidents total in the cabin, and 2 were in the first, I don't remember, 5 minutes or something. So those don't really count because he'd only been at the worm for like 5 minutes. And then one other, it was on Tito's watch, so I don't count that either. But that was like a week and a half ago. I just let him out a lot, and in the last 2 or 3 days he started asking to go out, actually go sit right by the door, like lay up against it, which he doesn't do otherwise, so he's coming along. He so far isn't the hugest fan of the man cave for some reason. I don't know if it's the tall step or whatnot, but we're gonna get him used to it now because we got a bowl full of all sorts of his favorites. Should we try it again? Kuiper, come! There he is. Hey buddy, you came, you get your treat. He's not too sure about the big puddles yet either. Oh, you're gonna like it after today. It's like so much new stuff, and you just have to make it fun and exciting for him, and then he's totally fine with it. Gonna lock you in. You want some heat? There's not a lot of light in here on a day like this. What do you think, dude? Does it smell like real men in here? The only reason we're in here is this winch, as I mentioned before, was like the cheapest one I could find, sailboat winch, and it definitely needs to be rebuilt. So let's turn on some heat, we'll tear it apart. Hopefully we can do it and won't take more than an hour, hour and a half or so if it all goes back together right, and if nothing's broken inside of it. Sorry, that's going to be the background music to this whole video. Sounds like a woodchuck trying to get in. This is, I believe, it's just I would call it a 1-speed winch. It's just 1-to-1. Man, that noise is going to get old, isn't it? So it should spool one way and ratchet the other way. And it kind of sucks that this is plasticky and red. It's a floating winch handle, and the only reason I got that is it's the cheapest one I could find. Yeah, there's barely anything happening in there at all. But we're slightly in luck. It's something I actually know a little bit about. You know, used to live on a sailboat, rebuilt the winches every year or so, which after the first time I wouldn't really call it a rebuild. Every other time is just cleaning it up and re-greasing it. And I hope we don't actually need new parts in here. I just got an idea. I bought this used military bed pad when I rebuilt the couch. It was some extra hard foam to put inside there. I can't remember, I think we put this in the seat. This is gonna be a good place for him to lie right now and get rid of some of that sound and some of the cold. Sit. Close enough. I always reuse my disposable gloves as many times as possible. Did I show you this trick? Do you know this trick? It's not really a trick, but you got to get it turned back right side out. So I flip it like that, give it a shake, and then instead of blowing in it, we get all that moisture in there and your hand won't slide in. You just kind of puff it up a little bit, grab on there, give it a squeeze. See, you learned something today, didn't ya? No sense in throwing them away if you don't need to. Oh, there's probably, yep, there's a washer around there. If we can get it, yep, easy enough. Oh yeah, one of the pawls in here, I don't know if you'd be able to see that, is completely frozen. The other one, you can push in, you let go, and it slowly comes back up. And this bearing should come off. That is, wow, that is sticky. And there should be one more set of pawl, oh, right there. Oh yeah, same thing, real slow moving. Yeah, we got one more ring on the bottom too. Oh my gosh, I bet that probably hasn't been apart in 30 years. The nice thing is, if it's 1-to-1, if there's no gears in it, it's very easy to take apart and clean and put back together. Yeah, nothing to it. That is one solid piece of brass. I thought it was funny that the chewing stopped all of a sudden and already. This is what I have to be careful of, that he doesn't get stepped on. He likes to lay right on my boots. And he really, maybe it's just like a bonding thing, but I think he really likes the smell of me. So if he like takes a nap in the cabin, he generally goes over and lays with his face in one of my shoes. Like he'll sniff all around him and then put his face all the way down inside and generally fall asleep like that. If he pulls his head out, he kind of wakes up for a minute and maybe lays it sideways, but his nose is almost always down the ankle hole of the shoe. Listen, I'm not saying he's smart. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of smart. He's just, you know, a little off in some ways. I'm freaking starving right now, but, you know, since I got him, I'm still trying to shoot a video a week, and then of course all the editing, and then keeping an eye on him all the time. And right now it's just worth skipping lunch, which is just fine because eating is really boring unless somebody cooks for you. So this, sorry, I don't know the names of any of the pieces in here. Really just wiped up great. Re-grease that, we're good to go. Oh yeah, I love heavy, there's something about heavy brass that's just really cool. Like one chunk. We should take those pawls out of there. Does this come? Oh, yeah, that's just a washer. There we go. Now we can get to those inside there. If I can get the springs off without breaking them, that's the big thing. And then just slide these out. Yeah, nothing. Super easy. Ugh, look at the boogers on that thing. You're gonna get smushed. That lasted about 20 seconds. Since we're doing it, might as well grab the pawls out of here too. So that one moves a little bit. This one can be made to move. You know what? I wonder if that spring's broken. If you're not, please don't break. There's something about doing this kind of project that is so much fun. It's like, it's so asinine. I didn't need to move to the woods and live in a tent, and then I didn't need to build a cabin. I was just fine in the tent. And a cabin without power doesn't need a movie theater that drops down from the ceiling. But if you've got all that, why not add a winch, you know? Add a winch, and if you've got a winch, you might as well take it apart and clean it up. It's just so many layers of unnecessary that makes it really enjoyable. Feels like they all still roll, and there's no bad scoring on it or anything. Some of this is so turned to varnish. I think it's going to need some soaking. Just keep basting it until it falls off of there. Oh yeah, that works great. Come on, if you had a friend that looked like this, how could you work? He settled right in here. He doesn't like when I leave and close the door. He doesn't whine or anything, but he'll be laying here chewing away. I leave, I come back, and I open the door gently, and it hits him every time because he's sitting right there. You don't like to be alone, do you? Sheesh, I'm afraid he hasn't gotten enough exercise today. I know. You're only supposed to have to give a dog like half an hour walk a day, or maybe an hour. He got an hour. But it's important that he sleep all night long. You seem kind of mellow now, but I bet in an hour or two you're really going to get going. Isn't he a sweet dog? Oh, he's so sweet. He'll chew on any toy all day long if you hold it for him. But it's so gross and damp and bacteria sponge-like. Ugh. Would you rather get the bone? Would you get the bone if you had to get off my lap? Where'd it go? I see it. Do both at the same time. I even found a tube of the same grease I used on my boat. I guess it's nothing fancy, super lube synthetic grease. There's plenty in there to put this thing back together. Wasn't comfy over there on the other side? What was that? You like it better over here, huh? Oh, that's a little better. Ooh, I should have made note. Looks like these pawls can go in either direction. Luckily, I can just look in your brain and see which way we did it. Excuse me for a second. He's now sprawled out so much that I don't have any place to stand anymore. Imagine when he gets to be 5 or 6 times that big. We're gonna have to, well, that's what the raised bed is for. Teach him that's where he lays when he's outside in that area. That's my reminder to feed him dinner. Already? What do you want to bet he doesn't eat any of it? Crazy, right? Oh. Just sniffing. Nope. Hey, Kuiper. Would you like some dog food out of my hand? Yep. I'd love it. And right back to sitting on my feet. I wonder if I could have put the top pawls in afterwards. Oh, look at that. Ha! Oh, that's what it's supposed to sound like. And we even put them in the right direction. There it is. Now, we are going to have to take this back apart to bolt this to the wall or a block. But that we can figure out tomorrow because I need some dinner. And so does he. He's starving. Is this what you want? Oh, this food. Would you like it served to you on a bed, sir? What's the matter? You don't like the puddles? Come here. Here's some food. Are you stuck? Oh no. More water. Oh, it's getting deep. Look at the guy just waiting politely. There you go, bud. I keep putting fresh water in this outdoor water bowl here, and I can't figure out how it keeps getting full of sawdust or dirt or something. I don't know if I showed you guys in the last video, but he loves running up and down that sawdust pile from chainsaw milling. Actually, he doesn't generally run down it. He runs up it and screws around, digs his head down in there until he's completely covered, and then like tumbles down or skis down the whole thing. I haven't gotten it completely on video yet, but here's some still photos. You can kind of see one to the next. And he comes back here with his whole face covered in sawdust and then drinks water and it all falls off in there. I actually do see dirt falling off of your nose in there though. Okay, that's grossing me out. Let's try it again. Okay, so you're done eating this here food, huh? Kuiper, you done eating this food then? You want me to take it away? Okay, I'm gonna take it away. Oh, you did want some more. Okay, dude, here we go. I'll just let you smell it once if you, oh, you do want it. Okay. He actually entertained himself for over an hour this morning. When I woke up, I just could barely get my eyes open. Threw a bunch of toys on the floor. He just did his own thing. And I went back to sleep for a little bit. Well, with one eye open if he's out here. But count them. That's 4 nights in a row. Slept 8 hours. It's glory. Glorious. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you enjoyed it too. Did you? Ooh, you get really tired. Never fails to astound me. 30 seconds ago, he was running in circles and flopping over, rolling around. Bring him inside, towel him off. Done. So, I found a block of wood that's already finished. Where'd it go? Haven't even looked at how we're going to attach this yet. Look at this thing. Varnished, routed, everything. That's a chunk of 1.5 inch pine. I don't remember what I made this for. Chances are it's either this thing or maybe that. I don't really know. It's kind of a perfect size for that, isn't it? It wouldn't span a couple studs. Well, what if we put it on a stud like that? We could get like 4 or 5 big screws into it. And then 6 screws down onto that. That would be pretty good. You getting ready to help? You gonna help? Yeah? Or are you just gonna be a rug? Looks like you're in rug mode. He just stares into your eyes. Just stares. See? He's staring into your eyes. Oh, what's up? About nap time, is it? You know what? You could leave the line on here, the rope on here. Is it a rope or a line? We're not in a boat, but we're using boat parts. Hard to say. But if you put, say, 2 turns on the winch, you crank it up. You could, I was thinking you'd have to hold onto this, take the rope off, and cleat it off, but you could just leave it on the drum and still cleat it. I can't quite tell if all those ropes are gonna drag across this. We might have to cut a corner. Whatever. Let's let the table down and just see if it fits there. Yeah, it looks pretty plumb to me. I think that's gonna hold. Ooh. 2 wraps, do you think? That's not bad at all. It's very slow, but that's okay because it's kind of fun. And not very hard to crank. And then if you want to let it down, you can just slip it on the... Oh yeah. You do this with no pressure at all. Yeah, we don't have any way to tie this off. I guess before we put the cleat on the wall, we gotta crank this thing all the way down and see if anything rubs here. And unless I hook this under my foot or something, which I'll probably end up dropping the table, I guess we gotta let it all the way back down. Could actually probably take one wrap off of here is a lot easier. Now I think it would be cool to have the self-tailing winch. Just put one wrap in there, you can let go of this and use both hands and just power it up. Speaking of powering it up, I forgot what else I got. Now I'm curious, see if it'll work. See how you can just cleat that off if you're halfway? It's a real work of art, that. Let's see, so this is the old Ryobi drill that just sits around here. I don't really use anymore. Still works fine. And we've got our adapter. Question is, does this old thing have enough power to raise this thing up? Again, I'm going to have to tail it, so you're still going to have to stop all the time. Man, for the 5th time, self-tailing might be the way to go. You think this thing has enough juice? Holy Moses. Holy crap. It's right on the verge of breaking my wrist. Wow, you could ram it right into the ceiling, no problem. Oh, I guess I just need to keep an eye on this to know when it's all the way up. That's it. And a bit much. Might have to do this a couple more times. Put it against your knee. Yep. How fun. That's kind of impressive that this old thing will do it. Now, we just got to do a little spearmint. This is the super old kit drill. You know, it comes in a bag with like a circular saw and a flashlight, and I don't know what else, maybe a sawzall. Couple batteries and a charger for super cheap. I think this one was made right after Ryobi switched from blue to yellow, and it doesn't really get used much. It's one of the few Ryobi tools that just sits around here because I got a brushless drill. I was using some bits that thing would not push, so this is the top of the line Ryobi brushless, which is like $100. And I'm super curious to see the difference in power, if there is any. I'm sure there is, but are we going to notice that much? This would be a good sales promotion for Ryobi brushless, if it makes any difference. Whoa. Holy crap. That's like so much power it almost shock loads the whole thing. Yeah, it doesn't like to go slow. That is sweet. Well, if this happens to be sitting around in the cabin when I need to put this thing up, maybe I'll use it, but this does it. I think I'll just leave the bit in this, shove it behind the couch, and that'll be the go-to tool. That's pretty amazing, the difference in the two. Oh, you know, before we put this away, the table needs a re-leveling, I noticed. hangs pretty level until you put all the bins on, and then there's kind of some weird weighting to it. It's a little bit tricky to level it because this whole thing is crowned, you know, until I get around to planing this all down and finishing it. You just got to throw a level on it and sort of let it rock on there. See all that? Jeez, it's like 3/4 of an inch out of level. Wonder if we just pull this off. Yeah, it's still pretty bad. That's better. Wow, there's a big old cup right here. Yeah, this end is the worst for sure. See all that? And that's just because of the grain pattern. No matter what, pretty much when you mill a log like that, you've got the growth rings going that way, you're going to end up with that in the lumber. Which is fine, because that's going to be really fun to plane down. You're going to have to do all that with a hand planer, because my bench planer won't take a 20-something inch board. Okay, where'd the dog go? Seriously, where did he go? And it was real baffling for a minute, but I found him. Hi. Seems like good a place as any to lay, huh? Every day or two I go, is that crate too small for him? They say make it nice and cozy, close it off on the end so it feels like a den. I'm like, it could be bigger. We could just move the divider over, and then you see him like this. He wants a space just barely big enough for his body, and that's where he prefers to lay down. I mean, that's with my boots removed. It was about like this. Watch your toes, I'll put them back for you. Don't get used to it. You're going to be a monster in about a week. You can't say he's not entertaining, even when he's unconscious. Oh, you know, since we've already got it down, I don't think it counts. Maybe just a little almond joy. Oh yeah. Well, that worked out as well as we could have expected. Should we see if he remembers how to sit? Here, come, sit. Good boy. Here, sit. Oh, you're so freaking slimy. Sit. Can't give you the food if you're knocking it out of the way. Here. Sit. Every time, and I laugh every time. Sit. This time, no laughing. No laughing at nothing. I'm gonna be stony faced. You ready for this? Sit. It's just so ridiculous and cute. It occurred to me today. Oh, sorry, I won't talk to them. I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention. Here. Sit. Off camera, we took a little four-wheeler ride. He's getting so big so fast, it's not going to be that long, and he's not going to be able to ride on my lap on the four-wheeler. He's already very comfortable being on it and around it when it's running. It doesn't bother him at all. But it's just a matter of time where he's gonna have to be able to follow me on the four-wheeler without getting run over. So sit. That's just another training thing. I don't really know. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know how we'll train him to do that. Sit. Sit. Oh, he's totally getting it. Yeah, we'll just have to get him to come. I'll drive slowly, make sure he doesn't get run over. And if he follows at a good distance, maybe I'll throw him treats. So, I don't know. We might be doing that next week. And then, as I think I mentioned in a previous video, I want to make a doggy tether ball. So we'll either make that, or, if we can, sit. Whoa, easy killer. Like a little freaking shark. Or if we can figure out what to do with him. If he could be alone long enough, oh yeah, we might actually make that little fenced-in dog area so that we can start working on the doghouse. Oh my goodness. Who knows what we'll do? It'll be something fun. It'll be something probably involving a little furry dog that sometimes acts like a gorilla and a shark. Sit. I'm sorry, that was not a very good command. Come back if you like. Thanks for watching. You are quite the knucklehead. By the way, this food's been sitting out for quite a while too. He only wants it this way. Sit. Good boy. He knows sit now. He's a freaking genius, this guy.